This is Engadget. Here's what's happening in the world of technology. It's Friday, June 18th. A group of bipartisan lawmakers on the Senate Finance Committee have introduced legislation that seeks to incentivize chip makers to manufacture their silicon in the U.S. Sponsored by panel chairman Ron Wyden of Oregon and ranking Republican Mike Crapo of Idaho, among others on the committee, the Facilitating American-Built Semiconductors Act would provide companies with a 25% tax credit when they invest in domestic semiconductor manufacturing equipment and facilities. According to the panel, as much as 70% of the cost advantage overseas chip foundries offer come on the back of foreign subsidies. The proposed subsidy would be in addition to the $52 billion the Senate earmarked last week as part of the U.S. Innovation and Competition Act. Since the start of the pandemic, chip shortages have affected a variety of different companies, including automakers, that have had to cut vehicle production in some instances. The United States can't allow foreign governments to continue to lure companies manufacturing overseas, increasing risks to our economy and costing American workers good-paying jobs, Senator Wyden said. According to Reuters, the tax credit would primarily benefit Taiwan's TSMC, which is building a $12 billion plant in Arizona. It would also help U.S. chip makers like Intel and Micron Technology. The former announced a $20 billion plan in April to build 2 factories in Arizona. The panel has yet to share an estimate on how much the bill will cost taxpayers. In gaming news, it's been nearly 2 years since Microsoft announced Senua's Saga, Hellbade II at the Game Awards in late 2019. Since then, we've heard little about the sequel to one of 2017's best games. But during the company's second E3 showcase, Microsoft shared an update on the title. Only it wasn't your usual progress report. Instead of a new cinematic trailer or gameplay reveal, Ninja Theory founder Tamim Antoniadis detailed some of the work that's been going into the game before it enters full production. For example, he said the studio has sent out art and audio teams to photograph and capture Iceland. Alongside satellite imagery, Ninja Theory plans to use those materials to recreate large swathes of the country's landscape within the game. The studio has also been making actual costumes that it's been scanning into the Unreal Engine. To make combat extra real and brutal, actor Melina Jurgens has been training for the past 2 years and, quote, all of our animators have undergone combat training, unquote. That's not something you expect your average game developer to say, but then this is Tamim Antoniadis we're talking about. What the montage makes clear is that the scope of Hellblade 2 will be different from its predecessor. A team of about 20 people made the first game, with Ninja Theory styling the project as an independent AAA game. The work Antoniadis described makes Hellblade 2 sound like a much more ambitious project. If you want to catch the latest tech news as it's happening, check out Engadget.com or tune in again every weekday.
Spoken Layer.